Welcome to Composition Remix, English 2010 Intermediate Writing at Salt Lake Community College. My name is Benjamin Solomon, and I'd like to give you a short overview of this course. First of all, this is a course that uses no textbook. It's an open educational resource class, so all of your readings, materials, and other course information will be located on Canvas or linked out from Canvas to the World Wide Web. This is also a unique online course because it has a real-time conferencing component. 10 times throughout the semester, you'll meet with me or one of my fellow instructors or a writing tutor to discuss your writing. You'll be picking those times starting with Lab 2 using a scheduler tool in Canvas that I'll show you in just a moment. And you can do those sessions either entirely online through a virtual chat room, or you can do those sessions in person in the Learning Commons, which is located on the basement floor of the Redwood Campus Library. If you're able to come to any in-person session throughout the semester, or able to maybe go back and forth between an online session and an in-person session, that would be great. It's always nice to be able to meet you in person. However, I do have students who take this course entirely online, including students who are taking it at a distance in other states and cities. I want to talk briefly about some of the big ideas that inform this course. These are ideas that we're going to be circling around throughout the semester, and there are 6 of them. To begin with, in this class, we'd like you to think about writing as a tool that people use to do things, be things, and make things in this world. Some writers new to writing may consider writing just to be a reflection of what's in somebody's head, or just sentences, words, paragraphs on a piece of paper that accurately reflect what is going on in somebody's brain. But in this class, we'd like to see writing as more than that. It's more than just a reflection of what someone thinks. In fact, writing is a tool that we can use in order to do things, be things, and make things. And what exactly goes into all of that is the subject of study in this class. This is also a course that studies rhetoric. In other words, we're going to be looking at the classical notion of rhetoric as the art of persuasion, or the art of entering into any given situation and knowing how best to communicate. Another way to look at rhetoric is that as a method for us to study the work that language and writing do. And so we can see rhetoric as both a tool that we can use to be better communicators ourselves, stronger writers, and also rhetoric as a tool that we can use to analyze or interpret or better understand the communications that we get from others. In this course, we see writing as a form of action. We see writing as something that you can use to respond to problems and also to create change in the world. For this course, each student will pick a single social justice issue to focus on for the entire semester. And social justice issues are issues in which you see the world needs to change. The world needs to change for the better. So when you look at the world and you note what's happening in it and the state of affairs, where do you see the need for positive change? In this class, we ask ourselves, how can we use writing to affect that change in some large or small way? We also believe that writing is a process of deliberation that involves enacting choices, strategies, and moves. And what I mean by that is at any given situation, at any given point in the course of writing, you're going to be up against, you're going to be able to make a variety of different choices and strategies and moves. And part of the goal of this course is to expose you to as many of those different choices and strategies and moves as possible, and to gain practice for you in using those various different strategies so that when you leave this class and enter into new writing situations, even if they're completely different from this class, you'll have a toolkit of various different strategies and moves that you can put to use as you enter into that situation. We believe that meaningful writing is something that you get through sustained engagement in a variety of different, what we call literate practices. So that real writing and writing that is effective and that works involves thinking. It involves researching, reading, interpreting, or analyzing, and also conversing or talking about writing, and of course also revision as well. These are things that we're going to practice over and over again throughout the semester. Finally, the meanings and effects of writing depend on the situation, on readers, and on the text's purposes and uses. So the study of rhetoric asks us to imagine what is our rhetorical situation for any given writing that we might enter into, any given piece of writing that we might want to do. The rhetorical situation asks us to look at the notion of who's our audience, who are we writing for, and how do we need to adjust what we say for them. What is the particular context or environment of this situation? What's the situation? and how do we need to adjust what we say for the situation, and what are our purposes, what is our piece of communication going to be used for, and how might we adjust it there as well. And all of those adjustments that we make those adjustments because we recognize that different people, different situations are going to interpret and explain writing in a different way. And so there's always this idea that effects of writing depend on a given situation. In this class, we're looking for you to experience those ideas instead of just memorize them. So those are big ideas that we want you to have a writerly experience with throughout this semester. How do we experience those ideas? To begin with, we write in multiple different genres. Genre is just another word for category, and so we talk about different categories or genres of writing. In this class, we look at memoirs, proposals, profiles, position arguments, a variety of different genres that we can use, explore how they work, and then put them to use for ourselves in our own communications. We also explore digital rhetoric. So if rhetoric is the art of effective communication, in this class we explore how to communicate effectively and meaningfully in digital spaces, whether those be Canvas, discussion boards, web pages, or any other digital internet web-based communication tool. In this course, we also offer you the opportunity to do many of your major projects as multimedia projects instead of simply writing essays. So we also explore multimedia composition, and we expose you to a number of free online tools that you can use to try out different forms of communication. In this course, I have students who make major projects that are videos, podcasts, photo essays, infographics, comics, animations, almost anything that you can come up with and that fits the proper tone for your particular writing situation, your chosen audience, the context that you see yourself in as a writer writing about your issue. Those are all open possibilities for you in this class. Like I said before, every student in this course chooses a social justice issue to focus on, and if you haven't had a chance to look at this particular comic that we created about choosing a social justice issue, it's in week 1's reading and viewing. Finally, I just want to briefly mention that all of the writing you do this semester culminates in a final project that is a digital magazine. You'll work in groups with 3 other students to produce a magazine that features the best writing that you've done this semester, revised, rewritten, remixed in order to suit its new context in a magazine. Okay, I want to briefly move over to our Canvas site and give you a tour of that. Let me resize the menu here. All right, so here we are in our Canvas site, and a couple things for you to notice. Here's a link to our course syllabus. Please read the syllabus. Please read through the self-design points. That's an important component of this class as well. It's also where we locate extra credit. We have a series of guidelines for online discussions to help you make sure you get full credit for each of the online discussions we do every week. And then we also have a little set of information on how to go about scheduling your lab sessions. In very short, here's how you schedule your lab sessions. Click here on calendar. Come over here and click on scheduler. In your view, you'll probably only see a couple of appointments. I'm a member of many classes, so I see many appointments, but you'll see something like this: Lab Session 2 in person, Lab Session 2 online. You'll click on the appointment the appointment set that you want to view, and you'll wait for these arrows to stop spinning. They mean the page is still loading. Sometimes it does take 10, 15, even 20 seconds, sometimes even longer for the page to load, so be patient. In just a moment, the page is going to load. I know it. There we go. And so as you can see, a number of different appointment times on particular days open up. You can click on a particular time, and then as a student, you'll see a box that allows you to sign up and also to leave any comments to me as well. Quick note for online students, if you can't find an appointment in the online section that works for you, feel free to look through the in-person appointments as well and make a note that when you sign up for that particular time slot, that you would actually like to do that appointment online instead of in person. It's very easy for me to just open up our conference room while I'm doing in-person appointments and patch you in to that particular appointment, but I would need to know beforehand, so please do leave a comment if that's the case. But for the most part, you should be able to find enough appointments in the online section. We try to offer a wide range of availability. Okay, I'm going to come back to our home page now, show you a couple more things. The best way for you to navigate through the materials in this course is not to use your to-do list, which often appears over here on the right-hand side of any Canvas course page, but rather to use the modules. Now, modules allows you to navigate through all of the different assignments in this class. Hopefully you've already spent some time working through these assignments. I just want to point out that in a given week we typically have an overview of the module. We have a reading and viewing set for that particular week. We ask you to sign up for a lab session next and then move on to take a quiz on that reading and viewing. A couple of other components I just want to point out before I end this video. First of all, ePortfolio setup. If you haven't set up an ePortfolio already, it's important that you do so. You'll use it in almost all your classes here at the college. So you'll set up an ePortfolio, and this assignment talks about what an ePortfolio is. And then we're asking you to create a special page on your ePortfolio called an English 2010 page. The English 2010 page is something we're going to be using every week to in order to store and archive our notebook writing. Notebooks are little pieces of writing that you'll do on the side in this class that allow you to think about your study and your research into your issue. So on a given week, you'll click on the notebook assignment, you'll look through the prompts that are available, you'll click on this link to take you to the notebook prompts page. All of those prompts started with number 5, so you can click on number 5 and read through the possible prompts, pick one prompt that you'd like to work on, and do that writing, and then you're going to post that writing on the English 2010 page of your ePortfolio, that page that you hopefully create when you do the ePortfolio setup assignment. Here's what we want those notebooks to look like. You'll start with notebook 1. This particular person chose a prompt that asked them to put up images as well as write a little bit about them, and then you'll follow that with notebook 2, notebook 3, notebook 4, and so on and so forth. It's important to me that you post your notebook content directly on the web page instead of uploading it like a file download or a Word document download or a PDF or anything like that. We want you to play around inside these digital spaces so that when it comes around to making your online digital magazines, you'll have some experience working within web editors. And they also provide a lot more opportunities and easier access to combining images, videos, text, and audio than, say, a Word document does. So this is where you put that notebook writing that you do each week. Once you've posted your notebook on the 2010 page of your ePortfolio, all you do to turn in your notebooks is to simply submit the website URL. In other words, you would come up here to your notebook page, copy this, make sure you've published your page and you're not in the editor view, because if you're in the editor view, I'm not going to be able to log in, so you want to have the public view page. So you probably want to log out or just exit your editor before you get this URL, but then you'll just copy this URL, you'll come back to the assignment and you'll turn it in, and you'll just put that URL in, and Canvas takes a snapshot of your notebook page at that moment, and I can check to see that you've done that writing. Notebook writing is considered informal writing in this class, and it's also considered, in many cases, a playful form of experimentation. So I'm not looking to make sure that your grammar is absolutely perfect, or that your spelling is wonderful, or that your structure and organization are as high quality as they might be in a formal essay, but I am looking to see that you've engaged with the prompt and that you've done some writing that is going to further your understanding of your issue or help you think about your particular issue. So that's most of what I want to say about this course. I do open it up for any questions now. If you have questions, please use Canvas messages to get in touch with me. Send me 10 questions a day if you need to. I'm here to help in an online class like this, especially a large one where I have about 80 to 90 students. It's important that you speak up when you have a question. It's a key to success. You're also welcome to call me if it's extremely urgent, or maybe send me a text as well, and I'm usually really good at responding. I get back to people very fast. So that concludes this particular video on English 2010 for the fall 2016 semester. If you have any questions, feel free to send a Canvas message to me, Benjamin Solomon. Have a great day.